The heavy silence of the district court was broken only by the rhythmic tapping of a gavel. On the left side of the room, draped in expensive silk and wearing an air of unearned superiority, sat Mrs. Sulochana and her son, Samir. On the right, sitting on a wooden bench with nothing but a file of old documents and a heart full of pain, was Priya. 5 years ago, Priya entered the wealthy Mehra household as a bride full of dreams, but those dreams were methodically crushed. She was treated as a ghost in her own home, starved of affection, and eventually thrown out on a rainy night with a false accusation of theft. Today, on Justice Journals, we witness the trial of the century, a case where a worthless daughter-in-law stands up to an empire of lies to reclaim her honor and her life. The proceedings began with a scathing opening statement from Samir's high-profile lawyer. "Your Honor," he announced, pacing the floor, "my client is a man of status. He married Priya out of pity, but she repaid his kindness by stealing family heirlooms and plotting against his mother. We have witnesses who saw her leaving the house with a bag full of jewelry. We are not just asking for a divorce, we are asking for her to be imprisoned for her crimes against this noble family." Priya sat motionless, her mind drifting back to the nights she spent crying in the dark kitchen while her husband and mother-in-law laughed in the living room. She remembered the bruises hidden under her sleeves and the hunger she endured so they could feast. Priya's counsel, a young lawyer named Aryan who specialized in domestic justice, stood up slowly. "Status, Your Honor, is often a mask for cruelty," Aryan began. "They didn't throw Priya out because she was a thief. They threw her out because she discovered the truth about the Mehra Group's offshore accounts. They needed to silence her, and what better way than to label her a criminal?" The defense laughed, mocking the lack of evidence, but Aryan had spent months digging through the digital debris of the Mehra household. He called his first witness, a private security technician who had installed a secret nanny cam in the Mehra mansion years ago, which the family had forgotten about. The courtroom lights dimmed as the footage played on a large screen. The video didn't show Priya stealing. Instead, it showed Mrs. Sulochana herself planting the jewelry in Priya's suitcase while Priya was asleep. The audio captured Sulochana whispering to her son, "Once the police find this, she'll be gone, and we can finally bring in a girl with a real dowry." But the biggest blow was yet to come. Aryan presented a medical report that had been suppressed for 3 years. It showed that Priya had suffered internal injuries due to physical assault, and the doctor who treated her had been paid by Samir to keep quiet. "Your Honor," Priya finally spoke, her voice trembling but clear, "I never wanted their money. I wanted a family, but they didn't want a daughter-in-law. They wanted a slave they could discard. Today, I am not asking for their mercy. I am asking for justice for every night I spent in fear." The judge, a woman known for her strict adherence to truth, looked at the Mehra family with visible disgust. Her verdict was a thunderclap of justice. She dismissed the theft charges immediately and ordered the arrest of Samir and Sulochana for domestic violence, perjury, and conspiracy. Furthermore, she ordered the Mehra Group to pay 75% of their total assets to Priya as divorce settlement and compensation for the years of torture. As Priya walked out of the court, she didn't look at the cameras or the fallen Mehra family. She walked toward a new horizon, no longer a victim, but a woman of substance who had dismantled a dynasty with the power of truth. When those you call family turn into your worst enemies, where do you find the strength to fight? Is the law enough to heal a broken heart? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This is Justice Journals. Subscribe for more powerful stories of courtroom battles and the triumph of the soul. The court is adjourned.